Greetings, children of the screen. Your friendly neighborhood nerd scum here, coming at you once again on New Comic Book Day. So that means it is time for my First 5 video. That is the segment where I go through the first 5 titles out of my comic book pull list this week, and I talk to you a little bit about what I thought about them. Right on, guys, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. Right on, guys, so first off on my list this week, I've got Mr. Miracle number 6, and holy crap, guys. Okay, I'm finally there to the point where the series is halfway over, and I'm willing to state that I'm just going to cut to the chase. This week, this book is getting 5 out of 5. Miracles that it lives up to my expectations, because believe me, they're really, really high. But this issue is fantastic, as the previous ones have been, and more so. This book uses the 9-panel grid in just such a fantastic way, and again, all of these books have, but this one really hit home for me, and I started to see a confluence of themes that gives me a better idea of where the character development's going. So yeah, this book, I highly recommend it. If you're not reading Mr. Miracle already, go out and get on that today. I don't know if you'll be able to find back issues of it, but bloody hell, try your best, because it's fantastic. Next, after that, we've got Action Comics 995. Once again, this was awesome. We've got Booster Gold and Superman jumping through time. In this issue, we actually end up in Booster's time, and it gives both us and Superman a chance to dig deeper into this iteration of Booster's past and kind of highlight the ways in which he's an important or significant hero. I really enjoyed the story arc, and I really enjoyed this book, despite I think it has like a new artist on it. However, the use of this artist works really well for the way he does faces and the emotion that his faces convey in this book. Especially with Superman, it is fantastic. I give this book 4 out of 5 Booster Gold Star approvals. Coming in third this week, we had the Harley Quinn Be Careful What You Wish For, which I really didn't know what to expect of this because this was originally a Loot Crate exclusive, apparently, and then DC repackaged it with, I think it's 13 or maybe 18 more pages of additional stuff. And I love Harley Quinn, and so I checked it out, and it was pretty fantastic. It's basically her just getting a genie and kind of going through a very typical... It kind of does the thing that Harley Quinn does best when she's doing these kind of comedic stories, where they just take, like, the normal formula of, like, X kind of movie or story, and then put Harley in and have fun subverting, like, the norms of that story, and this is just the same. She gets a genie. It pretty much turns out almost exactly the way you think it would, but it's got a really nice, sweet ending that I think is really indicative of who Harley Quinn is at her core. So I'm going to be giving this book 3.5, let's say 3 3/4 crazy beautiful psychopaths. Next up on the list this week, we've got Barbarella issue 2. And holy crap, I really enjoyed the first issue. Actually, let's just say I enjoyed it. I love Barbarella. I like the character. I like what she does. And the first issue very much encapsulated that tone in a comic book form. But this issue was really nice because it expanded on the universe and really did a lot of world building, as well as kind of grounding this variation of the Barbarella character emotionally into the story that I feel they're going to be telling in this arc. So I really enjoyed this. Again, the art style is very specific, and even the story is very specific, so I don't recommend it for everyone, but there's definitely an audience out there for this, so maybe check it out if you have a few extra bucks to spend. For this one, I'm going to be giving it 3 out of 5 Barbarellas. I can't think of anything right now. It's really, really late. And finally, this week, we've got Venom number 160, which is part 5. Yeah, part 5 of the Venom Inc. story arc. This book has been... I've enjoyed this book, but very much like Venomverse, strangely, it has a lot of stuff that is really, really awesome, that I really love. It has a lot of stuff that's a little stupid in ways that don't really work for me. However, I found that the issues written not necessarily by... let's not go into that. Some issues work better for me than others. This particular issue, the art was fantastic. The story worked for me pretty well. There were still a couple of moments that kind of made me roll my eyes, specifically on the final page, but I can get past that because I did legitimately enjoy the story, and I can't wait for the next issue to come out so I can see how it ends, since it is actually going to end. They're not just going to drag it out forever. Hopefully. So anyway, I would give this book this week 3 out of 5 crazy screaming symbiotes. Right, guys, so I know that was a little bit brief. I took up a little bit of my time earlier today filming that other video about Stan Lee, which if you haven't checked it out, make sure and check that out. If you're watching this video now and you're thinking, hey, what's a pull list? I also did a video earlier this week explaining what a pull list is and why it's important. You might want to check that one out. And if you like this video, please give it a like and share it with some friends. If you're not subscribed, make sure and hit the subscribe button down there so you can get notified about all the new content I'm going to have coming out in the coming weeks. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys have a great night and have a great new comic book day. Nerds come out.